Hey everyone, Chris here from Real Rideshare Stories. If you're new to the channel and you're looking for different things within the rideshare industry, whether it's news, tips and tricks for passengers and drivers, or what actually happens on real rideshare rides, start now by hitting that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. And also make sure to check the description below for other helpful information and tips. So this is a pretty funny story nonetheless, but still something that you want to make sure that if you are driving, you do not do. And that is, do not take unaccompanied minors whatsoever. You're not allowed to take people under the age of 18 who are traveling alone. And there's reason for it. It's against the terms of service for both Uber and Lyft. You are not allowed to take somebody under 18 years old without somebody who is over 18 in the car on a ride. I know we want to make those $2 or $3 every ride, but come on, you can get the cancellation fee because they are not supposed to be ordering the ride. And this is exactly the reason why. So as you see on this article right here, it says her underage son took an Uber on a 300-mile trip to an MLB stadium. Now the South Carolina mom is suing. So real quick side note, what is going on in South Carolina? There's another story that's developing right now as well, where there's drivers and passengers who are cohorting to do things that they should not be doing. I'm not going to get into that right now, but if you want to check that out, go to Google and type that in. Pretty interesting story that's developing right now. But this one, back to this, again, underage son. So if you are a driver, do not take a unaccompanied minor for any reason. Yes, it's a 300-mile trip. That means you're getting paid quite a good amount of money, but they're under 18, you can't take that trip. And there's a big reason why in this article that we're going to get to right now. Oh, these stupid ads. These news ads are just as bad as those recipe ads where you're trying to find a recipe and you got to scroll 9 miles down just to get the actual recipe. Oh, that's so annoying. But yeah, so here you go. Back to this article. A boy in South Carolina wanted to run the bases at the Atlanta Braves baseball stadium after school, so he got an Uber to take him, his mom said in a lawsuit that was filed this past Thursday. She thought he was kidnapped, and so Wince is suing the rideshare company and one of its drivers for negligence in Charleston County Court, citing an Uber policy requiring underage riders to be accompanied by an adult 18 or older. And yes, that is absolutely true. You need to have somebody in the car, at least 18, who's on the passenger side, not the driver. That doesn't count. Somebody at least over the age of 18 or over needs to actually be present in the vehicle during the whole trip. Not part of the trip, the whole trip for the trip to happen. If that person who's 18 gets out of the car, ride has to end or is supposed to end at that point. So she's not only suing Uber, but she's also suing the driver in the complaint. So she is going after the driver for taking him, and he was supposed to know that you don't take anybody under 18. Now, this is a major problem all across the country. And again, it's nationwide on Uber and Lyft's policies of not allowing or transporting unaccompanied minors, but they do nothing about it. They don't do a damn thing. All they do is just let anybody sign up, and it doesn't matter their age. It's up to us as the drivers to be able to tell them yes or no. And unfortunately, it's a waste of time for a lot of drivers because they go to there, they have to wait the 5 minutes when they could go and take another ride instead. So it's something that Uber and Lyft really need to take seriously, and they haven't. And I don't know why yet, but they really have to. Hopefully this article, or I'm sorry, this lawsuit may do something about that. You know, all you have to do is just verify yourself who you are, you know, upon signing up instead of making a fake account or something like that. Something like that will help change things. So anybody who's under 18 will not be able to create an account. That's just my thoughts, but yeah. So according to spokesman for Uber, they declined to comment, which is pretty typical. And according to the lawsuit, her son called a Uber from his school on March 12th, 2019. So this did happen a little while ago, and the lawsuit just went in, like I said, on February 20th. So what he did is that he wanted to go run the bases at Trust Stadium where the Braves play. Maybe it's his favorite team. Maybe he loves baseball. I mean, it makes sense why he wanted to go there. And he saw the ability to do it through ordering an Uber. Winston expected her son, who suffers from mental and emotional setbacks, to be home from school before 3 p.m., and authorities in Georgia didn't find him until 8:30. So she reportedly faced charges in family court as a result. And so right here, it says Uber's community guidelines require all account holders to be over 18, according to its website. Unfortunately, they do nothing about it. They don't verify, they don't do anything to enforce it. It's up to us as the drivers to enforce it, when it really should be up to them when they are starting to make their account as a passenger. So again, underage customers are only allowed to ride with an adult, and drivers are encouraged to ask for ID if they think someone looks younger. If they are under 18, please decline the trip and report it to Uber, the rideshare company said in a notice to drivers on December 12th. Note that refusing or canceling trips on this basis will not impact your driver rating or account status. So this right here, this that I'm highlighting, it says if they're under 18, please decline the trip and report it to Uber. So do not just let it go. Report it to Uber saying that there was an unaccompanied minor. And according to Uber itself, they say that refusing or canceling trips on that basis will not impact your driver rating or account status. So just make sure that you pay attention to that, whether they actually do that or not, because what they say on print says one thing, but you can use that right there if you so choose, if you ever have something that happened to you and you need to take Uber to court. So this is just another reason why you do not want to take unaccompanied minors or anybody under the age of 18 in a ride without somebody who's at least 18 or older for the entire ride. And that is because not only is it against terms of service and you could get deactivated, but now this woman is actually suing the driver and Uber, so it's something that you do not want to be part of. So all you got to do, if somebody looks like they're 18 or younger, or under 18, I mean, then just ID them, ask them. If they don't have an ID or can't show that they're over 18, cancel the ride, and this is the exact reason why. You just don't want to deal with that type of hassle in case anything does happen. So that's the end of today's video. Hope again you guys realize do not take anybody under the age of 18. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded. Also make sure to check the description below for other helpful information and tips. And as always, never drink and drive, always tip your drivers, and we'll see you next time.